We're gonna have invocation and then pledge to the flag. Please rise. Thank you, dear Lord, for letting us gather here this afternoon to do the township's business. Guide our hands and our minds in the proper directions, and let us be fair in all our doings with all the people that are here and some that aren't here. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did you get a chance to look at the minutes of the previous meeting? I did too. You want to make a motion to?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried. We generally reserve the first part of the meeting here to the people that are here and have something to say or a problem with it. So we'll start over here on the left. State your name and your business that you have with us.
My name's Mike Spiker. Just following up on last month's meeting, I do want to apologize to the board. I did not have all my facts in place before I spoke. I do want to apologize to the board and anybody else I might have offended. So I did get the right answers I needed, but I still feel that the truck needs to be legal before people are using it. Once it's done, it's done. So I want to apologize to the board and anybody else I might have offended.
Okay, Mike. Thank you.
Yep.
Chief.
Fire department.
Yeah.
You'll get the meal later.
He's going to give the fire department report.
Just observing.
We know you are.
Dan Duffy, and I'm just here to get the,
Pardon?
Dan Duffy, I'm here to get a Mylar signed.
Uh-huh. Well, I think we got you coming up here after bid
Yeah.
somewhere. And Chief Police Chief, he's here.
Yep, just for the police report.
And ma'am?
I'm Joycelyn Mercurio. I'm here to observe, but we actually have a pretty bad problem, and I'll pass it over to.
My name's Robert Oberly. I live down on 110 Hickernell Road. We've had some pretty serious problems with water drainage. Right now, if you went down, it don't look too bad, but it's also been dry. I know I was told that the road was supposed to be repaved and they were gonna put a bubble in the road to help resolve that problem. I don't believe that's gonna resolve the problem. There was multiple problems. I have a driveway that's across from me, and it's a straight up driveway. When it rains, that water comes down the driveway and both sides of the road. I also believe there's a spring that drains into that side. When that water runs down the driveway, it comes straight across the road, runs down the road, and all eventually ends up in my yard. The sides of the driveway, that washes sediment, debris, and everything else down, and it clogs that pipe. Okay, so the water that does come down, up the road some, they just opened that all up. So that avoids some of the water coming down. It tours it over to the back side of Soap Run. But the 3-4 houses that are left, plus we just got done logging that all out back in there, so that's gonna be more water and muck and stuff coming down. When that pipe becomes clogged, that water can't go through. It also ends up coming out onto the road. So now we have what's coming from the driveway, what's onto the road. And it just, I mean, it looks like a little Coney Knesset just coming across the street down into my yard. I mean, And I know we've had some pretty rainy seasons
Yes,
the last
we have.
couple of years. Maybe that's the new norm. But even after it's done raining, I still have water running in my yard 3, 4 weeks later. It doesn't dissipate like everybody else's driveways going up the road. I end up with a swamp.
And
Can't cut the grass, water's just laying in the ground up against the foundation. I mean, you know, you walk through the yard 3 weeks later after the heavy rain and you're sinking into the muck.
until this past Easter.
Yeah, and, I mean, I don't, even then when you go further down to the other edge of my property, that whole drainage pit on that side is just filled with debris, gunk, weeds,
No water goes
leaves.
out the pipes with
And it just all backs up, and the grate that's there's a grate sitting in front of the pipe. It collects everything, and then it just backs it all up even more. I've come up several times and, you know, talked, they come down, they clean it out, but it's only a Band-Aid. It only, the first heavy rain, we're back to the original problem we have. You know, that's just my own personal problems. Even when you look at the road, it's all cracked there. It freezes, it's a 4 or 5 inch piece of ice all through the whole winter months. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
I'm afraid Dolores is gonna get killed in her
You know,
living.
it's.
Because people don't realize that don't drive Hickornell Road, they don't go the speed limit, okay? And when there's fresh snow over top of that big patch of ice, and your police officers have admitted that they know about that patch of ice. I go out and I throw bird seed out there, so it will slow the traffic down. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna hydroplane, they go 45 to 50 miles an hour to the stop sign. And I'm petrified. You know, I mean, I don't care about our side. That lady didn't live as long as she has to get killed in her living room. You know, and then the reason why that wall fell on Soap Run,
Water just.
all that water, and I've been keeping records of it for years. Okay, I mean, videos, everything.
Well, is the water problem you have coming from Soap Run?
No,
Is it-
it's coming
I
from,
didn't think
yes,
so. Now, you live on the left-hand side going down,
Yeah.
we're right in the center, yes.
right? And what's your number?
110. 110.
110. 110.
Once I cleaned the ditches out on Easter Sunday, because I knew it was gonna rain real bad, it did stop the water from coming over into our yard, but then I had the police called on me. Okay? They're saying that it's not their issue, that it's the municipal should come and clean that out. Okay? I had the police called on me because I did that. Then I did it again. Okay? The police were called on me again. And
I don't understand why they were calling on you. That's what I don't understand.
Well,
There's a neighbor
it's,
dispute developed over the issue,
Oh,
and when it got boisterous, they called us to go down, and I believe it was a dead squirrel or something.
That
Oh,
was the second time with the
that was
state.
when they called the state police over a dead squirrel. Because
There's-
what happened was the dead squirrel was on the road, okay? And when I got home, I was gonna take that dead squirrel and throw it away, okay? Because I don't need vultures above my house. I have little dogs and a pond. Well, the vultures were up on their driveway where you cannot, it actually took the squirrel up on their driveway. Now she's standing
Just
at
a couple feet in off the
Yes.
road, but very
And I
hidden.
begged her, please, can you let me go get this squirrel? And she was just a jerk. And I went in the house and I said, you know what, I gotta go get the squirrel. I gotta go get it. So I took 3 steps up, bam, picked up that squirrel. She called the state police. She called the state police, which he was a jerk. He was gonna take me to jail as I'm sitting there petting my dying cat. Okay, which I'm not sure what happened, if she was poisoned or not. Okay, but he's like, I cannot believe I'm here over a squirrel. I'm like, exactly. But 2 cars almost wrecked into each other because those vultures came flying out from in between their trees, and the cars were both going this way, and they flew right in front of their windshields. I said, look, now you're putting people's lives in danger.
Well, about your water problem, I'm gonna get the Mike Boots is our roadmaster. I'm gonna get in, we're gonna get down there and take another look at this and see what we can do here. See what is possible there.
Okay.
All right?
I mean, I'm, like I said, you know, we've had some
Give me your
neighborhood issues.
give me your telephone number.
724-991-2980.
Wait a minute, 991. 2980. Okay, and Oberly,
Yes,
first name?
Bob.
All right. That way I can give you a call and let you know what we're doing there, you know.
Okay.
Please.
And maybe,
I mean, I work with, you know, like
maybe
we've
after,
said before,
do
we
you
work with
work in the
anybody.
daytimes or?
No, if he calls, I'll be there.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to stay home from work for that. I mean,
Well,
I
Right,
can always
I-
call you
I'm-
later or something like that.
Yeah, I'm retired, so it's.
Oh, you're retired?
I mean,
Okay.
retarded. I mean-
All right, let's do it that way, Bob. All
Okay.
right? All right.
Doug Price, I was just following up, there's I talked to Mike last week about, they're doing some grading, Carl's coming back next week or something. But I hadn't talked to you or Mr. Hummel or anyone since we were down there that day. I didn't know if there was a long-range plan or just gonna finish doing whatever Mike told me, or what on Circle and Emerald back there.
Yeah. The way I understand it, that Mike had taken care of that problem.
Mike did some grade on one side. He
Uh-huh.
said they're gonna finish on the other side, but the, one driveway don't have pipe to open that up, and the other ditches, he was gonna try to grade a little more. But when we had left that day, like, the yards that were filled in and stuff, we hadn't addressed those or any of that issue. If they're gonna open them ditches back up, or just do the ends like Mike said, well, and see if that works, or
I think probably that's what we're gonna have to do. Just see if it worked, what we did, see if that works, and if that doesn't work, then we gotta do something else. You know, so that's what I understand. All right? Yes, sir.
Just observing.
We're here,
We're there?
You got,
Yeah, we're here for, and we've been here for 12 years for, take over White Pine Drive by the municipality and approval of development plan number 3.
yeah, we'll come to that. What, we're gonna address that down on in the business part of it, so later. So, all right, did we have anything for, yes, sir?
Yeah, Bill Davis for White Pine Drive. So I want to review the plans with them as well. Just a note, I have a flight tonight. I'd like to get to us as quick as possible. I don't want to miss my flight.
Oh, I understand that. Maybe we could just take care of that now then.
I have no problem with that.
I appreciate that. I gotta go to the ER room
Okay,
immediately after this meeting.
all right, now.
Appreciate that.
What do we have on the White Pine for our engineering part? Mr. Engineer?
Okay, the plans that I've seen in the stormwater maintenance plans, they all meet the codes that you have, so I don't have any problem with them.
Okay,
You're supposed to get an agreement for the maintenance, repair, and replacement for that stormwater management system.
I've seen two
did
agreements.
we have anything like that
Yeah.
in force?
Attorney Lope and I have been working rather diligently on that. I have a stormwater maintenance agreement. The homeowners association will be a party to that agreement together with North Sewickley Township. That is on the agenda for the board to approve that agreement and to execute it. I have some revisions to make, at least with respect to who the party is, only the homeowners association. So I am requesting a motion to approve that and to authorize signature at any point after that approval. With respect to the subdivision, provided our engineer has no issues with it, I'm not opposed to that being approved today. As far as adopting the road, once the stormwater management agreement is in place, then perhaps that could be next month, we'll actually take over the road by resolution. If we're able to get all the signatures, you know, within that period of time. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that seems reasonable on our part, Ryan. What we have to do is get all the homeowners to sign the rules and regulations that.
But I think before we
We've
get
looked at.
that happen, they have to know that you have approved the subdivision plan.
Yeah,
We need
correct.
that.
They can do that this evening. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Because, yeah, the stormwater management agreement, you know, we're not gonna adopt the road,
Otherwise, we're in that
obviously, if we don't have that
catch-22.
agreement.
Okay.
I have no opposition to them doing that at this point in time.
We're-
Just- we're- One thing to clarify, we're going with a wet pond, Mr. Zal and I.
No, I have to go back to the dry pond.
You're going to a dry pond?
I have to.
Okay, I'm fine with that too, that's fine.
Well, did you change the dam and everything then? Did you change the dam that you're gonna put there to go to a dry pond?
No, I didn't. I will. That thing has been bouncing back and forth day by day. I will.
Okay,
You know it can happen, you know it can more easily happen as a dry pond than a wet pond, right? It can be done, don't worry, you know.
oh, I don't have any problem with you
Right,
doing
right.
it. It's just that this is the first time I heard you're going back to a dry pond. I haven't seen any plans for it.
No, I only heard it a week ago myself.
That's because the agreement that these two lawyers made to make this happen. Otherwise, I really wanted the wet pond, we've been working on that. But according to Ryan and Phil and everybody involved, it seemed like that's the only way that you would allow this to happen. And
Oh, I-
this to happen.
I think that was Mr. Steffler. I think he's the one that recommended to you, if I recommended to Mr. Zallo. I mean,
I never said anything about you going to a dry pond.
Bill, do you feel more comfortable with the dry pond?
Oh, I feel a lot more comfortable with it.
I think the township would prefer a dry pond.
That's
We would-
my understanding.
Okay.
If that's the case.
I can
that's
tell you
okay.
it's very, very minor changes to the design.
You know, and I have no problem, so you're gonna have to do a new design. So perhaps what we can do is we can approve the subdivision contingent upon Bill's review of the minor modifications you're going to make to the subdivision. And assuming that you're able to make that within the next week or so, if Mr. Zala wants to bring that here, we can arrange to get signatures and they can get recorded then. That way we don't have to, you don't have to come
Pass a
back.
resolution tonight, we won't ask for signatures until Bill's satisfied with the design.
Yeah, just, how I stated it, I think if somebody would make a motion
I
and just
would
have the
make a
minutes
motion
reflect
to how
that.
that was been stated. We need a
To
second
approve
on
the
that.
subdivision.
We have a second on that. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
And also a motion to approve the stormwater management
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah, we need a,
And executing it with the White Pines Homeowners Association.
I will make that motion.
Okay, and what's the requirement? I'm sorry.
Is
We
that
need a second
all
on
in
that.
one, or does
No,
that?
that's a separate motion.
It has to be a separate motion.
It doesn't
I
necessarily
made
have
the
to be, but it's
motion.
cleaner that way, sure.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor say aye. So carried.
And what is the requirement or contingencies to have White Pine Drive taken over?
Well, I was just gonna ask you, do you have a description of the road itself, so I can
I
prepare?
have you one tomorrow morning.
Yeah, if you could email me one, and I'll prepare a resolution. I'll even forward it to Attorney Lope to make sure that you're okay with that resolution. And then that'll be on the agenda next month.
Okay. But it would have been on this one.
Well, I mean,
In the meantime, Ryan, we'll get the homeowners.
That's what we need in
documents filed,
place,
we'll get the
correct.
rules and regulations
that's
taken
what we need in
Okay.
place, though,
It
Mr.
looks
Chairman.
like we're moving
Anxious to
forward.
sign.
I'll get you to sign before you leave.
Would that cover that?
Correct.
You okay with for now?
Yeah, we're
You okay with this?
Absolutely.
Yep, okay.
Okay for now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much
so
for
done.
taking us.
You bet.
Thank you.
We need to sign that?
No, because there's
Okay.
going to be a revision to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to,
There'll be no revision to this.
oh, okay, then just drop that off. Okay, yeah, then we can
No
sign
revision
that.
to that.
Yeah, we can sign that.
That's just a subdivision.
I
We're gonna stay within inside that easement, we'll work within inside the easement.
No, it's my lot line change on that.
No, I know. We're gonna lock it up, record. I just,
It's better to go look. Go look at it.
yeah. Well, I understand. Mr. Look, we make sure that that's not recorded until we have that plan.
Sure, you have 90 days.
Yeah, so if we could just hold that.
You have the control, you don't sign it. You have final control.
Okay, we're gonna hold on to it then.
Let everyone sign
Hold on
it.
to it.
Guess it wasn't the only ones out there.
I don't think our plan signed today approved.
Oh, okay.
Our plan. Yeah, they'll just,
Do they want-
they'll need to sign it.
Is he going to chase them down? He's gonna need a notary now. I mean, I could probably be done here if
They
you
already
want.
approved it, they just need to sign it.
Okay, however you wanna handle that.
We're good to sign it.
Yeah, get help, okay?
Good.
But we're not recording it, we're holding it.
Yeah, because the park planning commission approved it, but they didn't sign it.
Okay.
We got 90 days, 90 days.
We're gonna need our planning commission, whoever our chair is, to come in and do that.
Yeah, that's, yeah, that's Kevin. On the other one.
No, I don't have any
Drawing and everything, but I'll get everybody.
That's not a problem. So then he'll bring it back.
Yeah, because we need our planning.
We need our plan, they already approved it, we're recommended it for approval, so they're going to need to sign it. And then, they need to get some additional signatures, all the lot owners within that plan need to sign this as well.
I'll try tomorrow. She just didn't get any better.
Hey, Rudy.
She went downhill.
Good to see you.
So,
See you then.
hey, was there something you told me I was supposed to?
Sorry, I'm standing right in front of your camera.
We're gonna still gonna have
I'll tell you what, don't see my feet looking anymore.
Thanks a lot. Hey, not a problem, Phil, thank you.
Thanks for your hard work on that.
Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate that. Okay, we're finished then.
He may need to sign that if he's taking a flight, if you want him to sign it right now.
Thank you.
Me?
Yes,
That and my line.
Can we use your,
absolutely.
your,
Yeah, my lot line did change. My wife is not here though.
yeah, I'll get it there. Right here. You can sign right above your name.
That's like treating you. Remember you set my driveway?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
We got he's in jail.
Best time of day to take it over. What do they do with them after you get them?
Post them online.
You're welcome.
Post them online.
Oh,
They
okay.
have to walk through.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you, Rick.
We'll see if they'll take care of it.
We will. We will continue back, not yet. We were trying to get rid of them so they could get
I
this
got a
airplane.
helicopter I
started.
catch. No.
You're coming up pretty quick here. So, we're up to Mr. Elliott. What do you have for us?
Nothing, just listen.
All right.
Okay, Rick Usey, Old Furnace Speedway. Just came up to ask a couple of questions. First of all, is about a month or two ago, I was told they were gonna put some kind of controlled white lines down on the road and try to slow things down there. I didn't figure they were gonna do that before they tarred and chipped and put the new lines, road lines on. I was just wondering if they were still planning on putting some speed lines down or not.
I'm not familiar with what you're speaking of, sir. Who told you about the white lines?
One of your, who was the chief before you?
Oh,
Well,
Well, it's been quite a few years.
No,
I've been here.
well, maybe it was one of your, your
What area
deputies.
you're speaking of?
I'm talking down the Old Furnace Road.
Okay, what area?
The straightaway from Plugs down to, I would guess,
Down around the strip mine down there.
down, just from Plugs Barn, there's like a straightaway. And, and they crank it, they 65 mile an hour is nothing.
Yeah. I
But
almost got hit head on there yesterday morning. I was down there.
I don't doubt that.
We'll get it done.
You know, and the other thing is, I hate to cause problems for the law-abiding ones, but these quads, do they have to be licensed, insured,
Yes and yes.
driven the same as a car or a truck?
No, they're not permitted on the road.
Well, they're on the road every weekend
Permitted to
now.
cross the road, but I understand that also.
No, they're not, they're traveling.
I understand that.
And,
There's been
they're,
an open invite by the property behind you where they have the trails, and they're using Old
Yeah.
Furnace to gain access. And
they're going out to the end and then they're going back into and I think that's being declared a game reserve or protection or something, silly thing like that.
It's a very hard situation for us, you must understand, because we're not gonna chase a quad unless we're able to get the quad while it's sitting. It is not a good situation for us to try to chase a quad just for simply being on the road.
I understand that.
Well, not only impossible, but if they flip or they wreck, then we're liable for chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can get them, and occasionally we do, we take care of it.
Well, I'm talking about just, when they're transporting from, like, wherever they're from, but they come on that straightaway, from Plugs down, straight. They're on the road, and they fly. They fly. And it's almost every weekend, every Saturday or Sunday.
Yep.
And now, if ever just crossing like the road just to get back into the mines, that'd be one thing. But they're on the road for
I
at
live
least.
very close by and I hear them.
Yeah, I know you live very close by. That's why I'm asking about it. Well, I'm right on the road.
Right.
So when they go by and they run straight pipes, and then they kind of just goat me a little bit and sit out front and boom, 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 boom. They may boom, boom, boom once too many times. But no, I was really sincerely, I'm not against the guys that go by, chug, 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 just going from one place to another. It's the hot dogs, and they're kind of screwing it up for everybody. So if you can get an opportunity to patrol it on the weekends or put some lines on it and slow down the newer residents of that road. I've been there for, almost 60 years now, so. But it used to be when we had cattle, like Plugs had cattle and Lawton's had cattle, and you stood the chance of butchering a bunch of cows if you went too fast. But we don't have that anymore, so now we gotta depend on you. So, that's all I have to say, it's just a request.
all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Lynn Clyde. Came for part of your meeting from last month. Since Mr. Steffler's not here, I guess I'll just save it until the next meeting.
Okay,
I'm just here to observe.
all right. Well, let's continue on now. I gotta get back to the pen here. Do we have anything left for you,
Me?
Mr. Solicitor?
No.
We already took care of the
Correct, yeah. There's
White
nothing.
pine businesses, so.
Correct.
All right, I don't know if everybody's familiar with who the gentleman is sitting over here in the white shirt. That's our fire chief down here, Steve Bailey, and he has a report for the fire department for us tonight. Steve?
Since last meeting, excuse me, 5 mutual aid calls, 3 medical response calls, 2 service calls, and a motor vehicle crash for 11 calls for the month. And we're at about 157 for the year so far, which is up quite a bit.
That's a little bit more than what was last year, Steve.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you. Do we have anything for the police report somewhere here? I suppose. I haven't got to it yet.
It's available.
Yeah, 65 calls.
I'm sure it's here somewhere. I just haven't got it yet. I didn't see it. You know? I must have passed it up. I only got one here. Yeah. There's a total of 65 calls. Is anybody interested in looking at them? I'm not gonna go through with all them police calls. If anybody's interested in it, there's one there you can take and find out what you wanna know on it. Our animal control officer report, you wanna read that to me, Scott?
1 black lab, 288 pound owner, 2 coons, Church Road, relocated, 1 shepherd dog, 288 pound owner, 1 coon, 480 Dutch Road, dead, 1 Irish setter, North Tire Road, pound owner, 1 black red black dog, Lancaster Road, pound owner.
Okay.
That was probably the coons I brought and dumped.
I just had that in a second, so right here it is. The road report for the last week of September the 22nd, worked on traffic lights at 65 and 288 and mowed along roadways, removed fallen trees in Pander Hall and picked up materials needed and repaired cement floor in the police office so that the new floor can be installed. New culvert pipe installed at 270 South Tower Road, mixed with salt, anti-skid, getting ready for winter. And dug out a soft spot in South Tower Road and patched potholes. Week of the 29th September, changed the filters in the traffic light control boxes, mowed along roadways, mixed salt and anti-skid again, and dug out a soft spot on Dutch Road, cleaned that pipe on Lynn Street, and picked up a load of cold patch and patched more potholes. Week of October the 6th, began cleaning and moving office furniture back into the building, cleaned and painted floor registers, and installed doors back on the closets in the building here, and cleaned up fallen tree on Thomas Hill Road, mixed salt, anti-skid, and cleaned the ditch on Pinshot Street across from Knox Church at the request of a resident in effort to help with a water problem on Circle Drive. Replaced badly deteriorated parts on the front of the backhoe and patched more potholes. Week of October the 13th, worked on the camera systems here and around the building and got everything back online and repaired the faulty door lock for the fire department. And while I'm on that right there, in case somebody doesn't know, our road crew, part of our road crew does this for us, and the gentleman sitting right over here called Mr. Bronson Clyde, he happens to be very good with this, and he takes this upon a request from myself, and it gets it going again. So thanks, Bronson.
You're welcome.
And you repaired the washout driveway where it meets the road on Thomas Hill, or on Thomas Court. Acquired some rotomill from PennDOT and ramped it up, and went on the trailer park inspection with myself and replaced, that is the road crew and myself went on the park inspections. Replaced electrical outlets, cover plates in the township building, patched potholes, and received and began secretary's desk putting it together so that sooner or later we're gonna get you back in the building, Shannon. All right, we're up to the business section of the business. Well, we took care of the White Pine Stormwater Management Agreement.
The first two matters on the agenda.
Right.
You can cross out because we addressed that earlier.
Right.
Mr. Martin, did you wanna, under the road department, there was that, new employee,
Dan Nye.
Dan?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. I did. Since we had one of our road crew retired, Mr. James Higgins, and we've replaced him now with a fellow by the name of Daniel Nye, lives clear across the road right over here. So, and he's working out pretty good. Today was his first day, by the way, and I would like to make a motion to that effect that we hire Dan Nye with the proper credentials and everything that goes with getting hired. That is physical and a drug test. We require that, and he's getting on that done. So, but I have no fears that this will all come to pass. So I'm going to make this motion up that we put Dan on the payroll at the $18.08 an hour figure. And I need a second for that motion.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye. So carried. All right, now we're up to the old Zellenople stormwater repairs going down Frisco on the right-hand side. We've got a estimate from Johnny D'Angelo for excavating that and taking care of that, putting a new pipe in and all at $9,400. I make a motion to do that. Second motion?
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye. So carried. See ya. Now, we're up to Mr. Daniel Duff. Plan number 3 Mylar.
Yes.
Duffy.
Pardon?
I forgot the Y. Duffy.
Good job, Shannon.
I forgot your Y.
Oh, it's supposed to be Duffy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Duffy.
I didn't catch that either. I know what your name
It's
is.
just on the agenda.
Close enough.
We really haven't called worse.
Well,
As long as the
we don't
important
want to
stuff
do
your
that.
name's correct.
No, okay.
Bill, any issues? You've reviewed the subdivision.
Time's a charm, hopefully.
Yeah. You got that Mylar, and it has been approved by the commission.
Yeah, the planning commission.
Planning
did a
commission,
blast
yeah.
and-
So, did they sign?
Yes.
Okay.
Is everything else has been signed here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
here. I think you guys sign here.
I believe it's right here.
Yeah, right here, this is the Board of
Supervisors.
Supervisors, so
Right here.
Shannon and you, Jim.
You make a motion to approve.
Motion to
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve this Mylar of the Duffy Mylar plan number 3. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. So carried. All right, let's see where I'm at now again. Here I am. Yeah.
And I'll darken it.
Don't get your finger in the road of that sealer.
Yeah. All good?
You good?
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Okay. Good evening.
Get your gum
Oh,
band
this is
there.
an extra one.
Oh, you don't want it?
That's okay.
All right, thanks,
Thanks a lot,
Dan.
have a good evening.
You're all good,
All right.
especially when we're getting something done anyhow. All right, now we have a motion to approve and sign the Siegel Plan number 3 Mylar.
Already did that, didn't we?
No, we did Zala, we did Duffy, now we're
No.
going to Siegel.
Oh, okay.
Siegel
Oh, okay.
is the last one. And it's been approved by the,
Yes, it already went through, yep, it was already, recommended by-
commission?
Yeah.
And Bill, you have no concerns with the subdivision?
No.
You good with this, Bill?
What's it, yeah.
Yeah, it.
We did that.
I know.
Oh, you did? Oh.
He did it.
All right.
Okay,
You
so-
better be then,
You
Bill,
did
huh?
it.
I make the motion and I need a second for that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
So carried. Aye.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to get this a little bit closer to my arm right here.
The guy built the one up on top of the hill.
Which one's
Okay,
the
this is
Siegel
the two
plan?
lots
It's,
To the
it was
right of
been
that house,
ongoing from a
down,
long time ago.
Oh, okay.
right off the road that does.
They finally
There's a
got the
lane
approval
goes to
from
the house way in the
DEP,
back.
that's what we
It's
were.
right
Okay, where's it at? Or?
These two
It's
are
it's
in
with
between
that whole,
house up on that hill.
on the right there, the
Church
5
Road?
lots on
Oh,
Church
okay.
Road there, yeah.
It's right here. Scotty.
He was just making it
That's
a
just
lot
a,
smaller.
yeah, that's just a continuation of such. The next item on the new business is the Salt Coast Stars contract awarded to the American Rock Salt Company at $80.59 a ton. Contract number 46,15749. That's our salt contract for the year. And we had to, I'll make that motion to
Second.
approve that.
How much do you have budgeted for, Jim?
Pardon?
How much salt do you have budgeted for? How many tons? Do you know?
I believe it's,
Well, we have around like $25,000 budgeted
Yeah.
for salt.
no, how many tons did he
I
say?
don't, we have 300 tons.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and then we have
300,
the-
but
Yeah,
unless we've changed it,
yeah.
300 tons.
Thank you.
That's what they've been getting part of and mixing it
Right.
out in the shed out there. Yeah. All right, so did I do that properly? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. So carried. All right, now, we'll clear up to Shannon's report.
Yes.
Do you have anything for us?
Nope.
No. Is there any more business to be brought before the board at this time? Did we miss out on somebody?
I just have a question, because I didn't know if you did the inspection or not, but the trailer park was,
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Boots
that.
and myself did that last week. Last week, one day, I think. I want to say Monday, and I'm not positive now that it's either Monday or Tuesday we went around.
so those are all safe to be
Pardon?
lived in? All those are safe to be lived in then?
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't, and the ones that aren't is listed down on our report,
He's gonna take care of them?
Yeah.
Okay,
not inhabited.
right.
And some looked like they lived in, some of them, they didn't have all the skirting around there, and it's all on our report that we made out. So,
Will we
Pardon?
know about, can we know about the report, or no, is that something that?
no, why, do you want a report? You want a copy
No,
of it?
I was just wondering what's gonna be done about it all. I mean, what, are they supposed to do
Well,
anything?
then we now, since we made that, we notify the owners of the place
Okay,
to get whatever has to be done.
taken
you know,
care of,
whether
okay, gotcha.
It-
'Cause it's
Well,
the
like
individual
one out
owners.
here, some weeds have to be done in the front of it, and I don't know whether anybody could live there or not, but that's not ours to do, it's just ours to say, is it safe to do?
Right, exactly, that's what I mean,
And then
so,
Yeah, and that's what we do next, we notify the owners of the
actual trailers.
actual trailer parks, and whoever owns the trailer park then is supposed to take care of that.
Oh, okay,
And if they don't, then we come back on them then.
okay.
But that's the way it is right now. Any more questions before the board? We need a vote to pay the bills. I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. So carried. Is there any more that I missed anywhere along the line? I'll vote to, how about you making a
I'm
motion?
making a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried.